the case of Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu in the High Court has started. That's with 3 applications for enjoinment in the case being filed. One of the applicants, FIDA, says that the DCJ was prosecuted unconstitutionally. A second applicant says charges against the DCJ are against the rule of law. The Attorney General's Counsel has opposed the rejoinder application filed by interested parties, citing, for instance, that FIDA has already taken sides in the case. Seth Olale is at the Milimani Law Courts where the case is ongoing. Seth, what has been covered so far?
Well, thank you so much. What we know is that at exactly 4 p.m., the 5-judge bench led by Justice Philomena Mwilu will give a ruling as to whether they will allow interested parties to be enjoined in this particular case. We're talking about FIDA Kenya, there is the Federal of Women Lawyers, as well as ICJ, the International Commission of Jurists Kenya, who also want to be in this particular case. And that particular ruling, as I said earlier, has been heard by the 5-judge bench led by Justice Philomena Mwilu. They are expected at 4 p.m. to decide whether those filing, or rather the interested parties that filed an application wanting, or rather seeking to be enjoined in this particular case, will indeed be part and parcel of this case before the full hearing of this particular case that involves, or rather implicates, the Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu will commence. And so remember that, just to give you a brief background of this particular case, is that earlier on the defense lawyers led by Senators James Orengo representing the DCJ, as well as Senator Omugeni, actually wanted the court not to allow the Queen's Counsel, rather the British lawyer, that is Karas Kweshi, to be included in this particular case, and they say that it was unconstitutional. But the 5-judge bench, of course, gave the ruling in favor of the DPP, and they say that the Office of Director of Public Prosecution did not breach any law in getting the services of the Queen's Counsel, and so he will be very active in this particular case. He is expected to lead the prosecution in this particular fraud case that implicates the DCJ. What we know also is that a number of charges were leveled against the DCJ, including abuse of office, as well as tax evasion. And so the hearing of this particular case, the main hearing, the full trial, is yet to commence, and that will only happen after the 5-judge bench led by Justice Philomena Mwilu actually gives a ruling at 4 p.m. today as to whether the interested parties, FIDA, ICJ, and one also independent person will be enjoined in this particular case. And of course, we'll keep you posted at exactly, or rather when that ruling is made in this particular courtroom.